Since you are studying world literature, so you must know the definition of world literature. What is world literature? So, before we study this world literature, poetry, drama, and these short stories, we should know what is world literature, why it is called the world literature. So, you know that when a piece of literature is written in a country and its popularity due to its humanistic theme is very important because human emotions are everywhere the same, either you belong to India or Australia or America or anywhere, any part of the world, the human emotions are the similar. And so, if that book or that literary works contain the humanistic themes, it attracts the pupil of other persons, and its popularity crosses the boundary of the original place where it was written. And when it becomes popular in other countries, then it is called the world literature because it represents the human emotions of the whole world. And so, you know that why a work of literature become world literature because of the only because of the humanistic theme, human emotions and humanistic themes which contains this book or any work of literature. So, world literature is the vast compass which cover almost all the literary genres like plays, novels, poetry, or short story, which are written in a country and is spread in other countries other than the country of its origin. In fact, the world literature does not know any boundary of the country where it is originated due to its human values and universal and relevant theme. David Domarch has rightly said, a work enters into world literature by a double process. First, by being read as literature. Second, by circulating out into a broader world beyond its linguistic and cultural point of origin. In literature, we find that there are many pieces of literary works which were written long before, but they are still read with great enthusiasm. What is the reason? The reason is that there are some classical pieces. The reason is that there are some classical pieces which contains the humanistic theme, human values, human emotions, and that's why they are still studied, although they have written 4 years, 5 years long before. There are some classical pieces in literature which are called the great literature of the world, and the great literature is taught everywhere in the world, and all the scholars of the world studying them all around the world from the time of their writing till date. Some of the examples of the great literary works are the Odyssey, Iliad, Homer's, Divine Comedy, Dante's, Divine, etc. So, what is the characteristic of world literature? As you know that, as I told you that it contains the humanistic themes. It contains the human values, and so due to its humanistic themes, it becomes a world literature. We can say that any type of literature written in any language or by anyone is, however, literature, but it is called world literature to differentiate from other literary works because its range is very vast, and so its writers are. Moreover, the world literature deals with the universal human emotions which can apply anyone of any country. So, written in any country and in any language, the literature having universal themes and human emotions in it naturally attracts the attention of the pupil of other countries, people of the whole world, and naturally they become curious. Those pupil become curious to know about the books, and so they want to read that literary work again and again. Everybody becomes interested that they hear from other people, oh, that is a very fine work of literature, and so they need to read. And as a result, that literary works are translated into different languages, and so that the audience may be acquainted with it, and thus the books or any literary works becomes a part of the world literature. So the main thing is the main characteristic and the main element, you can say, to become a world literature of any literary work. It must contain human emotions and humanistic theme and human values. As I told you that humanistic theme and human values or human emotions are more or less similar in all the world, similar to for all people living in any part of the world. So I think you understand what is the world literature and what are the characteristics of it. Now, what is the benefit of studying world literature? The first benefit to my mind is that we come to know about the culture of other people. We know how the people behave, how the people live, what are their tradition, what are their customs, and so we become, although we don't go that country, but by reading world literature, more or less we became acquainted with their culture, tradition, and custom, which benefits us, and we know how the people out of my country where I'm living are spending their life there and what are their conditions. So, as you know, that literature is the reflection of our society. So, the country where it has been written, it reflects the whole society, and by reading those literary works, we comes to know about other people living in other parts of the country, and so we become very close to each other. So now I think it is enough for today, and next time we will discuss the world literature. Okay.